And it looks like we are live. So, hello, everyone. This is, of course, English Chat Time with Mr. Chris. And so I thought I would do something a little different today. And this video is why I decided to resign as a teacher in Japan. And I have been teaching in Japan for 10 years. So I figured it'd be a little interesting to kind of dive into this. So, kind of the main reason that I initially was like looking into switching is because I wanted to move to Osaka because there's a woman there that I really, really like. And I've gone and give her flowers like 4 times. So I'd really been wanting to relocate there. And like 3 months into this school year, I was telling the company I work for about my intentions to relocate. And they have a main office in Osaka. So I figured it would be easy to switch. But for as much as I kept asking to be put into contact with someone from the office there, like it just was not happening. And after a while, I just kind of hit the point where I'm like, yeah, I don't think you're going to be relocating me. I kind of want to get out of this company and find something different, maybe not teaching. So, yeah, I think that was kind of the initial thing. And I've had definitely issues like all year regarding receiving my salary, which has been a giant pain. Like I didn't get paid right at Christmas. I got paid after Christmas. So I ended up having to like cancel my plans for Christmas. Same thing basically happened during summer vacation. I didn't get paid until after my summer vacation. And then there's been like delays and mess ups like that happening on a monthly basis. And like it messed up my rent payment. And there's been times where I've just because of the salary not being in there, I've just been like going for a week without buying food because it's like, oh, I don't have the money and I'm trying to wait to make sure I pay everything else. So yeah, that's been definitely one of the biggest things that's like, yeah, I think I need to switch. And like I was skipping teacher parties because of that, which I've never done in 10 years. And during sports day, I didn't even like have the money to go to the event after or to even buy a lunch. So I was sitting in the teacher's room with nothing to eat. So yeah, that was kind of like one of those moments where I'm like, I think maybe it's time for a little bit of a change. And it's funny because when I said I want to resign, like the main reason I said was poor treatment. And I kind of feel like I actually mean that. Because when I had one of the meetings with the people from the company trying to discuss that I want a higher salary, they said, you don't deserve it. You aren't a Japanese teacher, so you're getting about what you should be getting. You don't deserve any more. So after that meeting, I was like, yeah, I'm kind of done, I think, with you. And a lot of the payroll failures because of issues with Hankos and like just having like the payroll stuff would just they would process it and not tell me there was a mistake with it. And it was just like later on find out, oh, it's yeah, we didn't pay you for all these days, which is why things like the rent were bouncing. So and another thing that like I walk like 2 hours to work. And one of the years when I was resigning my contract, they told me I had the exact same contract. And then when I showed up to start working, I realized that they had extended my working time by a half hour each day. So I'm working like 2.5 hours more a week, not getting paid more for it. And it's to have meetings with teachers, but none of the teachers have meetings with me. And I've had issues all year with teachers from one of my schools not even really joining the classes. So yeah, that's kind of why I feel like the whole bad behavior thing or poor treatment kind of fits. And it's like it's either that or they come late to class. And I had like one lesson where the teacher set up sewing machines during my English class and I just had to teach around it. And I was like, this is just absolutely ridiculous. And I had issues with that same teacher. Like they have like the shoe box in the back of the room. He was just walking around on that during the whole class. Never joined the lesson, never helped. It was just like, yeah, I'm basically on my own, which sometimes I don't mind, but at this school, it's been kind of a nightmare. And like that same teacher just like sits at his desk and just doesn't join, which I feel like makes it so the students don't participate. So I like during the start of the year, I was just literally going from like one student to one student, just like repeating instructions, like open your book and having to explain the assignment to each student individually because I was getting no help from the Japanese teacher. And then one of the teachers they even needed to replace, they were that bad. And yeah, like that teacher, like one of the times I went to class, they were like, my computer's dead. Do you have the charger for my computer? It's like, no, why would I have that? It's like, and they would be just trying to figure out what's even going on during the lesson. So I was kind of glad they switched that teacher. And then the other issue I have is like they never make a schedule for me. And so like if there's classes added, they don't inform me. If there's classes canceled, they don't inform me. I had like one class added and the teacher just like said onigaishimasu and ran away. And I didn't even know where the room was for it. So it's like that's how little I knew on that. And I've even had to have meetings with the principals and like the company about the teachers not joining. So yeah, and it's like I feel like the students out most of my schools are good, but a couple of the classes this year are like the worst ones I've had in 10 years of teaching. Like the students would just do origami and crafts and just not participate at all. And so like they're just absolutely failing their test. And see what else. Oh yeah. Also the rollout of the new textbooks was so bad. Like there was a digital textbook and one of my schools got it and the other two I spent like almost the entire first term of the year trying to get it for my schools and just dealing with teachers that were like I don't know what's going on with it. So I feel like that was all just the board of education. And yeah. So I feel like it's not just like that. It's also there's like really no room for advancement and it can't really get like enough money as a teacher in Japan to like support a family or anything like that. So it's kind of a huge reason to want to leave. And then like the salary is just really honestly, it's like insultingly low. Like there's restaurants in Japan, like chain restaurants like Sukiya, and those pay more by the hour than I get paid as a teacher in Japan, with the bachelor's degree. And also, I think since I'm in the countryside, it's like I kind of don't really talk to anyone. So that's kind of why I wanted to go to a different city like Osaka where there's actually people. And also, it's like I've been teaching for 10 years, so something new would be kind of nice at this point. And I kind of had actually wanted to switch last year. So I feel like I kind of like maybe should have switched then. And like I kind of feel like I overstayed my welcome. And I kind of feel like I've also more or less done everything in the city I wanted to do. So yeah, that's kind of why I feel like it's time to maybe get out of teaching, do something new. And it's funny because it's like I've 10 years of teaching. I have a ton of English learning videos on my YouTube channel. So I think a lot of people would be like kind of surprised that I'm wanting to get out of teaching. But yeah, maybe something more like video production related would be better for me. And like kind of anything right now would just be a nice change of pace. But yeah, that's kind of why I feel like it's on my way out. And that's why I'm resigning. So hopefully you have a good rest of your day. I feel like I just kind of wanted to explain that. So take care.